Hi there, my name's Nima and I'm a disability awareness trainer and campaigner for the charity Enhance the UK. As a wheelchair user and a frequent flyer, I felt compelled to comment on the Justin Levene story and the nightmare that he faced at Luton Airport. I'm a frequent flyer myself. I go from country to country, often on my own, and I take a very specialised piece of equipment with me. It's a wheelchair which folds up into the size of a suitcase. It was very expensive and it's very high tech. I can honestly say that every time I give my wheelchair to the hold staff to put it in the hold of the aircraft or hand it over to somebody else to look after at the gate of the aeroplane, I do feel nervous. I'm worried that my wheelchair will come back broken, not in one piece. I'm worried that it will turn up at all. And there have been times where when we've landed and the wheelchair has come back to me eventually, that it has been damaged in some way and I've had to go and get it fixed. We choose these pieces of equipment to travel with based on the fact that they give us the most freedom and the most independence. So when Justin was asked if he wanted to sit in a manual wheelchair and be pushed from A to B, I can completely understand why he declined and that he decided to basically manually drag himself along the floor from one end of the airport to the other. Because these pieces of equipment mean freedom for us. They mean independence. They mean that we can travel independently on our own from country to country, get on a plane on our own, without having to depend on somebody else. And that's what's most empowering, is that we aren't dependent on somebody to push us from A to B. And Justin suddenly finding himself in a position where he's having to be pushed around and that his independence is taken away from him at the fault of somebody else, I totally understand why he didn't want that. Airports need to be much more empathetic. They need to understand how much these pieces of equipment mean to us and just how important they are, and treat them with the respect and the importance that they are due. Definitely hearing a story like this does not fill me with much comfort when travelling by aeroplane from A to B. And I completely empathise and sympathise with Justin in the position that he found himself. Airports, you really need to understand that these pieces of equipment are not just wheelchairs. They are our legs, they are our means from A to B, and they mean freedom for us, and you need to treat them with respect. Thanks.